Good evening, guys. Here we are again, the Fergie Way, episode 27 now, guys. And yeah, Manchester Derby Day. So we're back here in the manager's office, the dining room, and cantonairs above the fireplace like you'd expect in any big country manor, except I'm in a 3-bed semi, and we'll get on with the episode. So guys, there's not much in the way of news this episode, I'll be honest. As you know, I've only played one game in between, being the Salzburg game in the Champions League. Very nearly said Europa League then, but come on, we've progressed now, teach, haven't we? And interesting to note, obviously the Manchester Derby is a big game for United. It's massive for City, like really big for them, but for us it's a big game. And interestingly, Aguero's out with a hip injury. Silva is out with strained knee ligaments. And Leroy Sane is doubtful with a dead leg. So although Sane, whichever way you want to pronounce it, although he's doubtful and it's not really the issue, David Silva and Aguero being missing might be problematic for City. But before we go ahead into the City game, guys, we will check out the game that we played between last episode and this episode, which was, as I said, Salzburg in the Champions League. And it has to be said, we gave them a right good drubbing. Now, taking a look at the team, as you can see, with the exception of maybe of Eric Bailly and Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and I suppose Daley Blind, we did play pretty much these younger guys who we've brought in this season, or brought up this season, Twins Derby featuring in there, and Callum Gribben, he was although you can't see it now, it's showing that he ended on 71%. The lad was knackered, he was just back from his injury, let's not forget, and he played a cracker, he scored. I can't say a worldie because he hit it like right down the middle of the net, and it was one of them like FM17 sort of the keeper should have really had it moments. But it was a good 5 yards out of the area, left peg, absolutely levered it, straight towards the keeper. Keeper sort of dived out the way, like they do on FM17. But nonetheless, he scored a cracker of a goal. Once again, Angel Gomez getting on the score sheet, which was nice to see. Bearing in mind, this kid is not even 18 yet. He's playing out of his skin. When we play him in the Champions League. He's not having that good a game against strong opposition, but nonetheless, good to see him getting a goal. And as we can see, Zlatan scored a penalty. He opened the scoring with a penalty, which was fine. And yeah, Salzburg really offered nothing. I mean, as you can see, they had 39% possession, 2 shots, none of them hitting the target whatsoever. So a very easy win indeed. Now, because there's not much news and not much else to go on to before we go into the live con, what we will do is we'll take a quick look at the Champions League, see how the other teams are getting on, see how the scoring charts and the player charts are looking, etc. Just a quick nosy. So here we are then, guys. We're on the Champions League screen. As I say, we'll just have a quick glance and see what is going on in the competition. And the glaringly obvious thing straight away is, where's Ronaldo and Messi and Neymar and... well, where's anybody? Where are the stars? I mean, you look around, top goal scorer, Federico Santander. What is he, a bank? He plays for Copenhagen. Bang average at that. Obviously, they probably came up through the qualification process and he scored a hatful against some other random no-name team. But nonetheless, we've got gorgeous Giroud sat down here, the handsome chap. But yeah, other than that, look, Celtic, I would imagine, also maybe went through the qualification process. But not really any big names sat down there. None of the big guys. So we'll take a look. PSG leading their group currently. Well, they're on joint with Benfica. Obviously, us and Dortmund. We're pretty much qualified as well following today's result, which is grand. Basel and Shakhtar. Celtic's at the bottom of their group, which is surprising because if you look down here, Lustig's actually got 3 player of the matches. And they're sat bottom with a point. Lost 2, drew 1. Shocking. We've not seen Copenhagen yet, no, so hopefully maybe they're sat at the top of their group, dominating a big group. Arsenal sat 3rd. They've only picked up 1 win in 3 at the moment. Giroud obviously has got himself a few goals on that. Barcelona surprisingly top of their group, with Juventus sat 2nd, but that's quite a tough group. Lyon have managed to take a win off someone, but looking at the likelihood is it was Bucharest. Bayern and City 1st and 2nd in their group, and it doesn't look like they're going to be catch, so City will be progressing, I would imagine. And Porto and Atletico Madrid there. So, of course, we forgot one I missed out. Real Madrid sat there with Monaco, Napoli picking up a couple of points. So, yeah, I thought it would just be quite good, as we had a bit of time before today's live com, just to have a quick nose, see what was going on. As I say, I've got, no news to go through whatsoever. We've only had 1 game. So, with that in mind, we'll get straight on to game day and we will see what's what. So guys, we are at Derby Day at Old Trafford and the press are fancying us for this one, unsurprisingly. City currently sat in 5th in the league, so they are doing okay. They're currently 9 points adrift of us. But the important thing for us today is bearing in mind that Arsenal are catching us up and they are only 3 points away from us, so it is important to try and get the win. So as we can see, we have been made favourites by the bookies at 4-5, Manchester City running at 3-1, Paul Pogba, as per usual, now being our key man, and Kevin De Bruyne being theirs. And De Bruyne is the type of person who can spin a game on its head with just one kick of the ball. So we will take a look at the team selection, guys, starting with the home team, which is us today, and it's De Gea in goal, Alaba, Bailly, Smalling and Sidibe in defence. We have Pogba, Fosu, Mensah and Herrera playing in the middle, with Juan Mata behind Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Marcus Rashford. Now, I did go with Rashford over Martial. Martial is only just back from injury and can only play 45 minutes, although I would expect him to feature today. And Depay, I would imagine, would only get a game based on someone else getting injured. So we'll take a look at the City team. And if you remember me saying about a couple of the guys that were missing and, you know, it might be a pain for City today, it's only then that I realised they do actually still have Griezmann. And they have Kevin De Bruyne. So yeah, now if we'll take a look at them, Joe Hart playing in goal and Gaia playing at left back, Otamendi, Stones and Lindelof playing in defence, Fernandinho playing in front of the defenders, and then they have Biglia and Gundogan. Now, the thing with that, before we even get to the attacking part, is they are set up with such defensive players. It's beyond belief. Their most furthest forward midfielder is Biglia, who's defensive minded anyway. So yeah, I think they're expecting a bit of an onslaught, and I just hope that we can get through. So we'll carry on. They have Nolito playing out on the left, and they have De Bruyne playing on the right, and of course Antoine Griezmann through the middle. When I look at the bench, one thing that you guys might not have picked up on, it's certainly something I've seen in the transfer window, and my apologies for not letting you know, is they do have Oxlade-Chamberlain, 40 million quid from Arsenal. And bearing in mind, of course, transfers on this game and in real life, I suppose, have gone mental, so it is sort of the price you pay, especially for English talent. But yeah, 40 mil. So we'll move on to Roy Keane there. Happy Roy. I have to get another picture. I'll see about putting another picture in where they're like, you know, where he's got his real, you know, them I'm going to murder you eyes, which is the way Keane always looks. So we'll see what he has to say. And yeah, he wants to hard tackle Griezmann and De Bruyne and Nolito hard as well. And I actually think that we should tight mark De Bruyne, because I think anything's going to come through Kevin De Bruyne. If City are going to mount any attack, I'd imagine it's down there on the right. So we'll go to the team talk, and as usual, it's a derby, guys. We ignore whatever Roy says, even though he gives us that look. And we will say, passionate for the fans. Gets everybody green. They've recognised it's a derby. One of the reasons I wanted to play Rashford today as well, being a local lad, we will tell Fosu Mensah that we want to see a good performance from him, which has done absolutely nothing. Alaba, obviously world class, doesn't really listen to anyone's like, might be 25, but I've already done my shift, you know. But we have faith in him to make a difference, which has cheered him up tremendously. As I say, guys, trying to get everything around here up to superb, and we'll get into the game. So here we go then, guys. We are 7 minutes in. City showing a little bit of early dominance in the first few minutes. Zlatan Ibrahimovic nods one over the bar. Obviously got up nice and quick, but couldn't quite get his head over it, unfortunately. But we're 10 minutes in. We are showing 60% possession. They're showing 40, of course. But a couple of shots to us. One to them as De Bruyne's on the ball now. Zlatan did win it back, and he's won it now. Rashford will march through and goal. Come on, Rashford. Why? Did you see it? Highlight just went to nothing. Ah, God, FM. It's Gaia now to Nolito. Gundogan out to Gaia again. Gaia will whip one in. Oh, Sidibe. Went right through Gaia like a dose. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. Now, you see here, someone has to suffer. And see, Sidibe will get dropped for this. He's not going to play in many games at all. I am going to have to bring on Darmian for Mata, which is a shame for Mata because I'd like to keep him on the pitch. But Ibra is club captain. Ibra deserves to be on the pitch. And I need to keep Rashford on for the legs. He's the one who needs to try and break through the defence. But I must be honest, I'm pretty pissed. So we may end up seeing a defeat here, guys. One that I wasn't truly not expecting at all. I mean, I knew there might always be a chance, but that chance has now obviously just gone through the roof. Thanks to Sidibe, who's actually been stellar since I got him. He's been absolutely bang on. But now I fear that... Well, I'm glad I've got Darmian, that's for sure. It's De Bruyne now to Fernandinho. Ike Gundogan. Plays it through to Griezmann. Griezmann's bearing down on goal. He can do nothing but tap it towards De Gea. There was no power in that shot. Let's see if we can mount something here. No. End of a highlight, guys. It has to be said, we're in the 30th minute now, guys, 60% possession to 40. Has to be said that we always do quite well when we do lose a man. I mean, we've never lost a man and lost a game because of it. I'm hoping today's not going to be that day. I certainly hope it isn't against City. As Rashford now. The highlight doesn't end on this one, and he has scored. Get in there. When you're a man down, these goals are important. Rashford, even though we lost it on the first highlight earlier on, the FM gods have been good to us, and they've kept that one as Rashford gets bursting through the middle, slots it down, past the left-hand side. Absolutely perfect. This is what I said before about keeping Rashford on. If I'm going to play with one striker, it needs to be him. He needs to be quick. There's enough quality players behind him with the likes of Pogba and the passing range that these guys have got to basically just pump the ball over, play a nice lofted passes over, get it into Rashford. Rashford will just charge at him, and it's paid off at the moment. But City are straight on the attack. Bailly's dispatched it from De Bruyne. Oh, dodgy back pass. Defensive errors everywhere. Jesus Christ almighty. I mean, it's gone down there. Smalling was the guy still up. It's gone down like it's Smalling's fault. But look at that back pass off Bailly. Smalling's never getting to it. Griezmann sneaks in front. 1-1. Absolutely livid. And the biggest concern is now is Alaba's just picked up a card. There's cards going off all over the show. You know, these guys need to calm their shit down as Alaba there hits a pass. Give them a team talk. Assertively tell them to calm down. You can't have more people sent off. It's going to end up into a shit show if that happens. It's Griezmann now. Plays in Biglia. Biglia to Nolito, and he knocks it back. Thought De Gea saved it. Obviously, Biglia just hit a soft shot. We were talking about him being very much a defensive-minded player. He's not known for his goal-scoring abilities. As it comes out now, it's Herrera. He will knock it back to Ibra. Ibra's going to slap it surely. Oh, Herrera. Bailly. Oh, my God. Calamity of errors going on in this game, guys. Only one clear-cut chance each, but both teams have taken them. We have gone in 1-1 at the break. Morale has been shot to shit. Tell them they've been unlucky because they have. I agree with that, Roy. However, someone who's not been unlucky, Sidibe, getting sent off, totally unacceptable, looks fired up. Tell the guys, we have faith. Come on, let's fudge it a bit, get some greens going, try and get this morale back up, because this is going to be a tough second half with City having the extra man. I'm pretty sure of it. And it's obviously, possibly, maybe now limited the chance of me playing Martial. Not for definite. If Rashford maybe misses a chance or two, he can maybe come off the pitch. We have got to be careful of Ibrahimovic now. He's been put in very much more of a position where he's got to run around a bit, chase the game a bit. So we'll have to keep an eye on him too. It's Ander Herrera now to Mensah, Pogba, Ibrahimovic. Herrera now looks like he's a bit lost. He plays it down to Darmian. Back to Herrera. Ibra, he can play him. Rashford, he missed his up. There's Rashford now. Oh, God. Great save by, interestingly, Joe Hart. Forgot to pick that one up at the beginning of the season, didn't I? At the beginning of the game, didn't I? Joe Hart back at City. Who'd have thunk it? It's De Gea to Alaba. Fosu Mensah now to Ibra. Rashford has been sent through again. Come on, Marcus. Get in! What a goal that was. Worldy by Rashford. Absolutely levered it. I'm guessing with his left foot. Goes into the top bag. Let's take a look at this. Ander Herrera, scooping ball. This is why Rashford stayed on the pitch. It was his right foot. Either way, cracking finish. 2-1 United. 55 minutes gone. We're holding the possession as well, so there is a chance that we will get something out of this. 60th minute now. Fernandinho on the ball. It's Ike Gundogan. It's out to Nolito. We will cross. It's Griezmann again. De Bruyne. And he's missed it. We like the fact that he missed it. We're going to look at making a sub. Zlatan playing a 6.9. And I am going to bring on Sanchez in place of him. However, we'll go to the tactics overview. We'll switch Sanchez out for Herrera. Certainly the best way to do it. We'll put Herrera behind the strike. He's obviously played a couple of nice balls around in this game as well. So we're doing all right. Rashford's flagged for offside again. Biglia crosses one in. Oh no, De Gea was nowhere. Nasri now. Sanchez just hoofs it clear. That's no drama when he's under pressure like that. It's Herrera to Alaba. It's Fosu Mensah now. Alaba. Still Alaba. If he loses that ball, we're up shit creek. Shows his class. Darmian to Herrera. Herrera into Rashford again, and he scored, but it's offside. Rashford nearly grabbing himself a hat-trick. Went too early. Unlucky Marcus. So we will just give him a little team talk. We're going to assertively tell them to concentrate. We don't want to lose anything from here. It's Darmian on a throw, and it's Herrera. To Darmian again. Darmian over to Pogba. To Rashford. He's put it wide of the post. We are going to also possibly look at making a change. We're in the 75th minute. We do have Pogba tiring now. So what I was thinking of doing was, perfect, we'll bring on Morgan Schneiderlin. And then I just want to go up to the tactics overview. Drop Schneiderlin in behind here. Drop Herrera in on the middle there. Go a little bit more defensive. We are in the last quarter of an hour. It's maybe a little bit early to do this. And in the last sort of 10 minutes, maybe a little bit less than 10 minutes, I will drop it to contain. It could cost us. They could end up sneaking in if we invite too much pressure. But we seem to have been doing okay. We'll leave Rashford up top. It's Darmian now to Schneiderlin. To Rashford. Rashford's trying to beat it through too. That's all right. That's all right. He's keeping it up that end of the pitch. I'll take that all day long. 85th minute now. We'll drop them to contain. We'll try and hold on to the ball where possible as Alaba hits a free kick straight at Joe Hart. We're into the final 5 minutes here, guys, and this will be arguably one of our best results. It really will be. Sanchez picks up a yellow as well. Schneiderlin, Darmian to Fosu Mensah. We are going close. Oh, he should have played it forward then. Herrera, what was you doing? It's Darmian. Rashford. Very nearly. Very nearly. It's De Bruyne now. They are mounting a counter-attack and there is 2 minutes left on the board. It's Lindelof from a throw-in to Griezmann. Biglia. Lindelof will cross. Well played there, Alaba, getting straight up in his face. Biglia with a corner. Bailly's cleared it out. Only as far as Biglia, though. No, he's let it go out. What an absolute noodle. There's only a minute left. Elneny. Lindelof to Fernandinho. He struck one from distance. It's going nowhere. Final highlight, guys. Unless we cock something up here, it is a massive 3 points for us. It's a Zabaleta now. And there we go, guys, full time. We maybe shouldn't have won that. We came away with it by the scruff of our necks. It's something I'm going to have to sort of be happy with, and I should be. This is one of those games where we thought maybe we could lose. And we didn't. More importantly, we didn't when we went down a man. And then even when they equalised off what was a dodgy back pass, which was, as I say, I think if I went to talk about it here, no, is it going to go down as Bailly's mistake? Yeah, it is Bailly's mistake. I'm going to tell him that it's unacceptable. My concern is I didn't want to punish Smalling because I knew it was Bailly's mistake. But when the name still stays lit up on the highlight, that's normally because that person is culpable, if you like. But nonetheless, we'll take it. Rashford scored a couple of goals, obviously. Proud of the winning goal and the way he played. He's fired up. And yeah, happy days. So guys, we come and take a look at the league. And as you can see, it's only our game that's taken place today. So, well, for now, there is later kickoffs for the rest of the team. But we'll be able to check the league out at the beginning of the next episode. So, yeah, we'll take a look at the schedule and we'll see who will be back for in episode 28. 28, guys. It's been a journey. It really has. So, guys, as you can see on the schedule here, we do have Millwall, Stoke and Salzburg. But I think, of course, we do have to come back for what is arguably our biggest game of the season. It is Liverpool at Old Trafford. So that is the live com going on in tomorrow night's episode that we will definitely be up for. Of course, we're going to be without Sidibe. He's just been banned for at least one game. It wouldn't surprise me if it's going to end up more. We'll change the team about. We'll be looking to play the local lads. And hopefully by that point, Marcia will be fit enough to feature in the game with a little bit of luck. Now, before I go on to the usual goodbyes and everything, guys, I did want to say that that's now episode 27. So it's almost 4 weeks since the series started. I've had a hell of a lot of fun. I feel I've grown as a content creator. I feel that I'm getting better as I go. I hope you guys are feeling that too. In the growth that I've had in 4 weeks has been astounding to me. I did not expect to be getting the level of support I'm getting from you guys. The subscribes, the likes, the comments has been, it's just been overwhelming, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. I plan on carrying on. As long as you guys are liking it, I'll carry on creating it. And that's the way I see it. So I just wanted to take that little opportunity to say, honestly, thanks. Not many, I've watched loads of YouTube over the years, and sometimes thanks take a long time to come in between. And I want to be thankful every day, but I don't want to bore you on the video every day by saying thanks, guys. But I will intermittently be coming in with a bit of a thank you, because it's warming that I'm getting the level of support I'm getting, and honestly, it's appreciated. On that note, guys, if you liked today's episode, click that button. I'm probably it flipped in reverse on the camera, so we'll just say down there the thumbs up button. If you enjoyed the video, of course, do hit the like, because it helps the channel out tremendously. And if you are new around here, subscribe button's there. Go play catch up on the old episodes. There was a season 1 review, definitely worth a watch. And I'm hoping you guys will be at the same time tomorrow night, because I will be. And on that note, catch you later, and I'll see you in a bit.